Hey everyone, it's time for another lingerie short, this time featuring high-waisted undies. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Trevor from Provocateur Images, and I wanted to do another lingerie short, this time on a very seldomly used style of undies, high-waisted stuff. And why is it so rare? Well, honest answer, most people look at this as either shapewear or granny panties. And it's not truly the case, right? Like, this style of underwear I think is just super underutilized, and I want to show you why. So let's get into it and let's talk a little bit about the different body types that this looks good on. Okay, let's lead off talking about why I love this style of underwear so much. I've got 3 different body types, and this style works well for all 3. Now, the reasons I love this style of underwear: 1, it doesn't tend to wrinkle out on the sides at all. It stays put, which is really good for a photo shoot, because lower cut underwear tends to bunch up on the sides. It'll get all, like, we're constantly adjusting that, and this stuff won't. The other major reason I love the look of this is because it does come up either just above the belly button or right there around somewhere. Like, I mean, all styles will be a little different. They'll be a little different on everybody's torso. But generally speaking, high-waisted stuff, I'm going to say, is like belly button or higher. And the cool thing here is that for a lot of people, you know, where are your problem areas? Usually your tummy. And most women are probably the most conscious of that. Now, if you're really slender, obviously that's not an issue. But most humans, and I don't care whether you're a guy or a girl, like, you're gonna have that little thing, like, right there. There's like that defining line, which is like next to impossible to tone up, and that's where most underwear sits. So that's where a lot of the problems come into play. So high-waisted undies basically fix that by putting the underwear line well up above that. So no matter what shape you've got on your torso, the top of the undies is not fighting with that spot on your tummy that constantly wants to make underwear flip down and roll. These underwear, they won't roll down. Like, they'll stay put right where they're supposed to and not move, which I think is the greatest part about these. And so for anybody who's conscious of their tummy, that's a major advantage. The other cool thing I like about this style is it's got kind of like a vintage look. It's got that vintage vibe, sort of. And maybe that's just because, like, in the, you know, if we rewind a lot, jeans weren't as low as they were, so, like, the underwear were higher up, and they're probably more comfy at the end of the day too. So, you know, that's kind of like what I love about this. But let's look at the backside of these styles of underwear and talk about the 2 types of cut you're going to find with this. On the left, you're going to see more of a traditional bikini cut, where it's a little bit more modern, a little bit more cheek showing. And this is all well and good, but the one I really want to draw your attention to is this one on the right, because it's got like a much different shape. It's got this vintage hip huggery type of thing, where this sides really come down low. And when they come down that low, it gives a very different feel and different vibey look to the overall underwear. So, like, this thing on the right is going to come off maybe a little bit more vintage looking. And the one on the left might look a little bit more modern. Not to say that that's going to happen exclusively one way or the other, but that's traditionally what I have found. And the last thing I want to point out about this style of underwear is the fact that some of them can have, like, built-in garters on them. So, like, these garters being built in are super useful. Now, once again, look, a little higher waisted or higher hipped on the left, and a little lower hipped on the right. So you're seeing, like, different optical lines for different body shapes, and you kind of have to try them on and see which one you like better. Generally speaking, I kind of prefer this stuff on the right. But for just about any body type, but for certain slenderer body types, these high-waisted things on the left can work out really, really well. Yeah, having these built-in garters allows you to attach stockings to them and just makes for like that complete look. And I'm not saying that everybody has to wear stockings. It's not for everybody. I get that. But for some looks, especially when you have that kind of vintage pinup vibe, I think stockings help complete that picture, and that makes it pretty damn cool. So that was high-waisted undies. I hope you are now inspired to go source some of your own. The best places to look for these are vintage style or vintage inspired lingerie stores. You'll find them predominantly there. You will almost never find them in like the big box retailers because it's not as popular a cut. But I'll tell you, if you want to jazz up your one of the looks in your boudoir session, this might be the way. So if you liked the video, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and all the links and stuff are down in the description. But until next time, this was Trevor from Provocateur Images, and this was a lingerie short. See ya.